Okay, so now you should be able to hear me. And then, get ready. Now you should be able to hear Kurt. Kurt
Can you?
say, yes.
Can you, folks? Tell us.
Yes. Yes, they should be able to. I did not have
So it
these
seems. I'm
mics
hearing me.
selected.
There you go.
Possibly because also in the past we have been on a different thing. I don't know why this isn't allowing me. Hold on. Now I'm freaking out. Oh, okay. Maybe I just needed to refresh the browser. Maybe that was the ticket.
I see.
I'm glad you guys
Now we're
didn't
up
hear
to date.
any of that because honestly, it was not the best intro I've ever done. But now that means I get a free do-over. So, hello everyone. Welcome in to the stream. And don't you throw that syrup, Rapala. That is nature's goodness. Hold on to that syrup.
Don't waste good syrup.
Don't waste good syrup. It's a crime in this country.
But we're
In this
trying to get
land.
it criminalized.
We're trying.
It's work
Working
in
on it.
progress.
Yeah, it's true. Um, unless you're throwing it in jubilation. Unless you're like, finally, the stream has started. Throwing syrup everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds sticky, but yeah.
Celebratory. Yeah, it does. I would say everyone make sure you clear the way if Rapala is going to be throwing syrup, just in case. Don't get sticky.
Kind.
But, definitely hold out the pancakes, because then you're good to go.
Yeah, maybe like an umbrella made of pancakes would be a useful implement to have.
Ooh, that would be good. I wish I had an
Seems
umbrella
good.
made of pancakes, except that then I would eat it.
Right, there's obligation there. You have to like go through a whole umbrella made of pancakes at that point, and that's what we call in the industry a lot to chew. A lot to chew. Folks, welcome to this stream. We are Lies You'll Enjoy in a slightly reduced format today. This is a duet version of our normal trio. In Lies You'll Enjoy, we tell you lies we think you might enjoy. We are people that we aren't. We tell stories that never happened, and we explore a bunch of independent role-playing games, like the one we're playing tonight that is not Dungeons and Dragons. We
It's not
faked you
Dungeons
out.
and Dragons.
So
Gotcha.
sorry. Gotcha. Oh, pranked.
Got pranked,
We're prank
everyone.
YouTubers now.
That's what we do now. I want to put game in chat, but I'm not logged on here, so I'm going to try to put it on the Twitch because I don't want to log in because I'm lazy. But there is the game information for you if you are watching over on Twitch, and here it is if you're watching. Maybe if you're watching on YouTube, actually, because I don't think I updated it for YouTube. I didn't think about that. Also, I don't know if we have a game command for YouTube. So I'll just
However,
copy
it
and
is in the
paste it.
description of the YouTube, so
It is.
there's
So
something
you
going on
could
there.
read the description, and it would be there for you. And I will also copy and paste our little description here into the chat as lies you'll enjoy for you to check out. This is actually a game that is part of a set. So there are two games that are in the book. We are playing Venture, but there is another one that's called Dungeon. Yeah. Do you want to tell people a little bit more about this game and why we said it? Are we playing D&D? Because there are reasons for
I would
that.
love to.
Yes.
So, Venture and Dungeon are, I believe, only available as a duo. They are sold as a book. Riley Rethel's Venture and Jay Dragon's Dungeon. They are two different games. Venture is a game that is a lot like Dungeons and Dragons on its surface. Fantastical monsters and brave heroes who have their quests and their goals and their idiosyncrasies. But in truth, once you peel away that outer layer of hard candy shell, you'll find something that looks a lot like Wonder Home on the inside. There are tokens that you get to spend to do big things, or tokens that you earn if you want to make yourself a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And this game looks, as a result, like one of those big heroic stories with the dice throwing and the fighting, but it's going to be pretty different than that. Amanda and I
So
are
is it
just the two
similar
of us
to
today.
like when we played Yazebas in the sense that we had like our bingos and our whoopsies?
Yeah,
Similar to
yeah.
bingos and
And it's
whoopsies.
also actually very similar to Galactic and Our Haunt, which are
Okay.
two other games that use the same
Oh,
system.
love our haunts. Did this
Okay.
designer didn't work on our haunt though, right?
No,
No.
no, that
That
was
game is so good.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. I actually played it recently and had a great time. But so here's the pitch for you folks. Actually, you know what? We're being bad. Hi, folks. My name is Kurt. I am a role-playing game designer, lover of role-playing games, and every Monday I am here with my friend Bracket S Bracket to play another independent role-playing game on our channel. Lies you'll enjoy. Who the heck are you, other friend?
Hello, friend. I am Amanda, and some people know me as Vamp on the internet. I am known as VampX13 on Twitch, and technically on YouTube, that's the name of my channel, but like everywhere it says Amanda McKnight, so you can call me either Amanda or Vamp. I am a YouTuber, a streamer, a cosplayer, an actor, a person that does too many things. And tonight, one of the
That's
many
true.
things that I do, it's true, is play RPG games with my friend Bracket S Bracket. Um, but today, it is just my friend because we usually have a third member of our party, Anthony, who is not here today and will not be for the next few weeks. So while Anthony is away, we're going to do our own little mini campaign. So we'll
Woo!
have a few episodes of this adventure, and you can join us for a little three-part. I think it's is. Are we doing 3 sessions, Kurt?
I think so,
Three
including
parts.
today, it'll be 3 sessions.
Yes.
So enough
So
time
part one.
to brew something substantial.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I was really struggling trying to decide exactly what was the perfect like bigger than one, smaller than big, two people, have us do our thing, and I think this feels like the right fit. So without further ado, here is the pitch for Venture. Venture gives us magic-filled forests and looming castles, champions in shining armor, and vagabonds with dazzling charm. Magnets, markets of ill-repute and duplicitous authorities, and uncaring gods high above, always asking, what do you do next? In Venture, we will play as a group of adventurers traveling through a fantasy world, making their way across the terrain while learning about themselves and each other. They will meet townspeople with storied cultures, criminals with shady agendas, mages with esoteric power, and a strange darkness encroaching on the horizon. So, we are going to be doing a few things together here. And the first thing is we're going to be creating characters. So, Amanda and I have, as always, a trusty spreadsheet, and there should be a second tab on that spreadsheet that reads
Okay.
characters. Characters.
Characters. Yeah, I see that.
Great. I will take the off to the side area of the sheet, and you can take the other one.
Okay.
Folks, Amanda and I are going to be creating pretty archetypical fantasy characters in this one. That might have a little bit more going on. We are going to be choosing one of the options from a drop-down list, and they are as follows. The paladin, the fighter, the bard, the rogue, the wizard, the cleric, the druid, the immolator, the oathbound, the oathbreaker, the warlock. And so, we are now going to be picking things. Picking things. We'll have a few questions that we'll be answering. And we'll do this with you, of course, as we always would. And once we have, we'll have characters. And you'll have watched us make them, and we'll have all created them together. Except that we made the choices.
Yes. Also, I am also a lover of pancakes. This is true. And I will say I devoured the pancakes that I got earlier. And thank you again to Jamie Lamy for gifting towards my snack fund through Throne so I could get some pancakes. They were delightful. They were delectable. Kurt watched as I finished devouring them while we were setting up. And and it was
It's
great.
true.
And the setup was, my apologies for the length to which it took for us to get set up. I know I said we're going to try to do around 7, and then it just took us a little bit longer because Anthony usually does the setup now. So I was like, oh, I need to like get into everything and get my fingers and all the sites, and then was like, and now I need to remember like what are we setting up, and it was fun though. So next week should be even smoother.
So smooth.
So smooth. So I feel like I'm kind of between 2 classes right now.
I see you. I see you flipping back and forth.
I'm just looking through to see if there's something else that's calling to me.
It's a very evocative set of options, and
It
so
really
I
is.
am torn. I will privately tell you, chat, don't spread it around, but almost everybody has a category called Choose Two Wardrobe Styles, where you pick sort of
Ugh,
some
that's gonna take
appearances and
forever.
gear. One of the playbooks did not have that
Oh.
with it. Just, I guess, a choice to prioritize other things, and I thought, no, I want them. So one of these is written by me, but we probably won't see it. Who's to say?
Who's to
We can't know.
say? So what class are you thinking of going with for your character? Like what?
I'm quite torn. I feel like there's a temptation to pick the tropiest possible option just so that we can
Right.
really deconstruct what it means.
Right.
But then there's weird ones, and weird ones are cool
Weird ones are
too.
cool. I know. I'm basically stuck in the same boat. I'm like, do I want to be a fighter or do I want to be the immolator? Because immolator sounds sick, but fighter I feel like could be really fun, and I like that it's kind of tropey. And I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot you could play with within the trope and expand, like you said, like really explore, like what is this about and all of that stuff, but also have fun with the idea of what a fighter is. So
Folks
yeah.
cruising along with us at home, let us know what class you have or would play in a game like the Dungeons and the Dragons,
Yeah, what is
as
there
I
any
believe
classes
it's
that
known.
people tend to gravitate towards when it comes to sort of fantasy settings? Let us know. Locke, hello. Also, hello everybody. We have so many lovely folks in chat. Hello,
Right? Nice.
Rapala. Hello, Jamie. Kurt. I see that you're also in chat. Hello to you. Otto,
Hi,
hello.
Amanda.
Hello. Yeah, I appreciate everyone being here and hanging with us. And hello to those of you in chat that are also not chatting, that are just chilling with us. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging. Okay, so. Do, do, do. Do, do, do.
If I say any more words, I will be officially stalling. I truly should pick. You know what?
Do you know
Screw
what you
it.
want to do?
I'm gonna pick a bard. I've actually never played a bard in D&D. I know that people would guess that I would have, but I was always a wizard boy.
I've also never played a bard, which also is a class that a lot of people are like, Amanda, you've probably played so many bards, and I'm like, I never play a bard actually. I feel like everyone else, which is strange. I feel like both of us are very bard-like. That's making me now want to play a bard, and then we both be bards together. Would that be weird?
Yeah, I'm switching if you pick bard. I'm
Really?
gonna be real with
Okay,
you.
all right, all right.
Instantly switching. I'm gonna pick something different from whatever you pick.
I will say that I did not play a bard, but I did play with a group where we were all clerics. And then we also were like in a boy band together. So we weren't
Love that.
technically bards, but like there were bard elements. And we all played as the same class, and it was actually really fun. So would do that again. But I won't do it if it's
Cute.
going to make you change. So I will say
Today I will.
I see now that you picked Bard, it's making me want to go classic too, and maybe do a fighter.
Could
Even
be
though
fun.
could be
Different
fun.
angle on a
Okay,
classic theme.
yeah, I like it. I like it. What do you call a party of rogues? I don't know, Locke. What do you call a party of rogues? A disaster, Kurt.
Look, gonna call it like I see it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, probably though. A lot of rogues would probably be trying to steal from each other and backstab each other. A surprise party.
It's good. It's good luck.
That's good. That's good.
You can be proud of that one.
I like that. Jamie Lamey says that they like to play something magical, like a sorcerer. See, I'm always afraid of playing magical characters, but that's just because in D&D it's like you have to have your spell book and everything. It's probably actually like the first place where I could probably play a magical character and not feel intimidated by the fact that like I have to know like 1 million things. Even though I do know quite a few spells, so I don't even know why I get nervous about it, because I'm like, I've been playing D&D for so long. I get nervous about stuff in D&D that is so ridiculous that I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Why am I worried? And also, you know, the good news is if you don't know what you're doing, you have other players and a GM there to help you. But this seems like a game where I really could play a magic user. However, I'm going to stick with my fighter because I like playing fighters. Fighters are good. Trusted and true. Nice and simple.
Nice and simple. Most common character in
Really?
Dungeons and Dragons, according to Roll20. The most common name, class, and race in Dungeons and Dragons is, and I swear to you, this is a quote from Roll20, which has the data, a human fighter named Bob.
No way. A human fighter named Bob. That's the most.
Yeah.
So if you want to make the most typical character, human fighter named Bob, it's the only way to go, statistically.
Statistically.
Well, I'm going to be a fighter named Twinkle, so I feel like that's different.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fun.
I've chosen to be a bard, and I guess I'll read my little bio here. The bard is an individual who revels in their charisma. The powers and struggles are social, emotional, and often a performance. What about our fighter? We have the fighter is an individual in a constant battle. Their powers and struggles are material, violent, and often the last resort. I'm so torn between having a very subtle look and exactly the opposite of that.
I'm going to say that I have messy curls and lithe arms.
Nice.
Otto, you're usually a thief, so you're roguing. You're roguing it up as a thief. I assume, anyway.
Love to see it.
Technically, I guess anyone could be a thief. You don't have to be a rogue to be a thief. As long as... You don't even have to be good at thievery to be a thief in Dungeons and Dragons. You could be like, I'm a thief, but I'm not putting anything into dexterity. I'm just gonna clumsily steal stuff. See if I can get away with it.
I've chosen that my bard, yet unnamed, Amanda's a step ahead of me, my bard has a dazzling smile and calloused hands, so I imagine they play some kind of string instrument.
Interesting. You used to be as opposite as you could from yourself. I used to be females all the time. I know a lot of men that play women all the time, actually, in RPGs. I feel like that's actually really common. A lot of people that I know only play, like, they're like, anytime, whether it's a video game or a tabletop, they're like, I want to be a lady. And I'm like, okay, I love that. I wonder
I feel like in tabletop, I'll do anything. And I think it's great to have a wide variety. But in video games, I pretty much pick the meest person possible.
Really?
I can't tell you why. I don't know.
I also do that, I feel like, in video games. I always make my first character look as much like me as I possibly can. But then after that I'm like, okay, now we're just playing around for fun after the first character. But the first character, I try to think of, like, kind of what character do I want to be in this world? And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's exactly me, but it's like I'm always kind of thinking of, like, me in this world and what would that adventure be like? But then in tabletop games, I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but I think all of my characters have elements of me. But I just think all characters have elements of most people in them when you're playing a character, because the best thing that you can use to make a really good character, I think, comes from, like, something within yourself. It doesn't have to be exactly you, though, but, like,
you draw from life.
Yeah. So we also got to pick our wardrobe styles. Speaking of that.
That you do.
I did play, I think,
Which,
my last... Which?
No, no, nothing useful. Nothing important to say about wardrobe
What?
styles.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say which 90% chance not written by me.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You added. Did you say you added some? You added one.
I added a set of wardrobe styles for one of the character classes, which we probably
Oh.
didn't pick.
Well, because
But
you said
now
it
there's
was.
uncertainty.
You said it was for a character style that was like kind of one of the more strange ones that just didn't have. I don't think fighter or bard would be that, but maybe.
Well, you've caught me out then. You've caught me out.
But maybe if I'd picked immolator, I might have been closer to it.
Interesting. Yeah, Immolator was a crazy one. It's got its own whole category. Nothing else does. That's I don't I think it's a fire type situation. I
Right.
didn't pick it and Amanda didn't pick it. So you folks will never meet an Immolator probably. I can't tell you what's going to happen in our story, but currently, folks at home, I am trying to decide two things that I am and two things that I am not, which, if you watched any of our Wanderhome campaign, might be familiar. That is a structure that was employed in it as well, which
I
was
like that.
designed around the same time, actually, as this duet of games was.
I am thinking I like wrapped knuckles and gold thread. Fancy. Fancy, but
I
my
answer.
knuckles are wrapped, so I'm also ready to fight. Choose, yeah, two you are and two you are not. Did you already choose your wardrobe styles, Kurt?
I did choose my wardrobe styles. My
What you got?
bard has tattoos and exotic fabric. I'm imagining some kind of maybe imported textile. I can imagine a world where my bard played for not like the royal court, but perhaps some nobility who did had like a trading fortune, and so every once in a while I would receive these gifts of a world that I'd never seen, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Otto, I see that you're saying also in the YouTube chat. I did touch on this, but yeah, no Anthony tonight. Why no Anthony? Anthony is not available tonight, so that is why no Anthony. But we haven't killed Anthony. Don't worry, Anthony will return at a later time. In a few weeks, Anthony will be back, and then we'll be back to our full numbers as it is. And I was even
As it
saying
is.
maybe at some point we'll have like a guest. Oh no, you don't have to apologize. I just thought maybe you missed what I had said earlier when I was like, it's just us, and Anthony is not available tonight, so he's not here with us. But don't worry, he's fine. He's totally fine.
Well, now the more you say it, the more suspicious it sounds. Like Anthony's
He is
hog-tied
fine.
in the back
No,
closet.
he's totally fine. You don't have to worry.
Wink.
No wink. He'll be back. He helped us get into the account actually because that was
That's true.
that
Because
was
there was
something.
two-factor authentication and we didn't have Anthony's cell phone.
Anthony has the two factor, so we were like,
This almost didn't happen.
we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get in, and then Anthony may have been asleep at the time, so we weren't sure. But Anthony fortunately was awake. Wait a minute, now I'm worrying. I did miss it. Thanks. Good to hear he's okay. No, he's definitely okay. Like there's no. He's fine. I don't know why I said it like that. I didn't mean it like that. If that's how it came across, he's totally fine. This is me being sincere. Do I sound sarcastic? Maybe. I don't know, because sometimes when I'm sincere, people say I sound like I'm joking. So that's a problem that I have. But that's on me, not on you.
These things happen.
Two you are and two you are not. You were already working on this.
Yes, yeah. You should be able to see everything I'm up to. It is on the same, shifted
It
over a little on the
is.
sheet.
I have the chat on one side, and then us
Ah,
capturing on
yes.
one, and then my sheet here, and then I'm flipping back and forth
Yeah.
between my sheet and
You
YouTube.
don't need to see my sheet. It's
That's
my
why.
sheet. Don't look.
But I could look at it. I could see that you're a storyteller. Or are you not?
It's true.
A storyteller.
No, I
you
am.
are.
I think my character is a storyteller. Hold on, I'll highlight these so that we
Because
don't
could
get
we
confused.
be The top two are what you are, and the bottom two are what you're not. Is that the idea?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna make
To
that
clarify that.
visually
I wasn't
evident.
sure if we get to choose which one it is. Like, I am a
Well, it's
straight.
the same set of
Right.
options.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
yes.
Wow. Okay.
Now I need to know what Amanda's looking at. Ah,
I'm
yes, quite a
thinking.
list. Amanda has a very divergent set of options.
I
Could be
do.
struggling against fighterdom or the opposite. I'm so torn because I kind of want my character to be seductive and I kind of also don't want to be like a flirty little freak when that's just gonna have to be like an undercurrent.
You to be a flirty freak? Is that the vibe?
I'm not sure. I'm so torn.
You could
I
be a
think
flirty
so.
freak. You are a bard that would be playing for
That's the
kite.
thing, right? That's like that's the classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the core of this character, I think we have someone who is honest but maybe naive in some ways. I think a storyteller who told many stories of his own life and his experiences, but in a pretty limited sphere. I think this bard hasn't like gone out into the world in a meaningful way. But is he seductive? I can't decide. Really can't decide. I suppose one thing I'll need is a name.
Okay. Ooh, making some mushroom and sausage pasta atomic sorcery? That sounds great. Ooh, you're making me want pasta now. Now I'm thinking about it. Also, hello. How are you? I'm glad that you
Yeah, hi,
I'm
sorcery.
glad that you got drawn into cooking though. What a great thing to get drawn into.
Yeah, yeah. Love a little bit of cooking. Did some cooking just this morning and then started again later. I would say I solidly cook like properly cook like one meal a day, usually dinner, but not always. This morning I made breakfast like tofu and potatoes, scrambled eggs that tofu was pretending to be, I guess. I have chosen my character's name. I think, oh, that's funny. Our set of characters are very funny together because my
Are
character's name is
they?
Presto.
Is what? Is Preston?
Presto,
Presto. Twinkle and
like
Presto.
presto.
We
Yeah.
sound
Do,
like quite the pair, don't we?
Now, do you think yours is sort of an ironic nickname because you're tough, or do you think it's something that other fighters teased you with because you aren't tough?
I think it's just the name I was born with.
Oh, I see. My bad. Born as
Yeah,
Twinkle.
born as Twinkle. Yeah, I don't know if anyone gave it to me. I don't know if it's part of a nickname, but yeah, I think it's just my birth name, Twinkle. What about you? Is your name someone give you your name? Is it like something you've that describes you?
Presto is definitely a stage name, I think.
Okay, but it's not your legal name.
No,
It's
well,
not on your
no, no.
fantasy ID or whatever we have.
Fantasy ID, yeah, my birth certificate.
Your birth certificate. Um. Hmm.
Uh,
I.
you should
Ooh.
see some gray boxes. Those won't be necessary,
Okay.
by the way. Each one of these choices so influences these characters.
Wait. So I only have one weapon to start.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Man, I
to
can't
pick. There's so
fucking
many
believe that.
good. There's so many good weapons. I want multiple of these.
I mean, I won't tell Riley if you decide to have another. The only reason I limited it the way I did is because it only asks you for one.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine to have one. There's just a lot of good options. There's a lot of good options in this drop down list, guys. Just trust me. Trust me. Why do you fight? is our next question. Okay, wait. Should we update people on what's happening? So 2 you are and 2
Sure,
you're
yeah.
not. Do you want to talk about? Did you already say to me?
Maybe not. Okay, so my bard is named Presto. We know that Presto has a dazzling smile and calloused hands, uh, tattoos on Presto's body, but he's also got this sort of worldly, exotic fabric that probably isn't from his own travels. It was a gift from some noble that he wears in his performing outfit. Maybe not in daily life, hard to say. Is there a daily life for Presto anymore? Presto is a storyteller, and I think probably also seductive. I like to interpret that more as like a flirtatiousness than as like true like bedroom seduction. I think there's an element of playful seeing what you can get. Wants people to like him. Presto is not a liar, so there's an undercurrent of honesty that I think might even hold him back sometimes. And he's also not worldly.
Not
Didn't
worldly.
didn't get didn't get around.
Didn't get around.
Well, in one way.
I see.
I think, yeah, local performer who's maybe celebrated within the local sphere, but not much beyond it. And what are 2 things that Twinkle is and 2 things that she? What is Twinkle's
She.
pronouns,
Yeah, I
actually?
think she. I think she, her. She,
Cool.
her for Twinkle. Twinkle is yeah, so just to recap where we're at so far, I guess I'll go through that. Twinkle is a fighter, and she has messy curls and lithe arms. I was gonna say I feel like both of our characters sound very hot. We sound like hot people. I'm not sure if we're hot,
I'm fine with that being true.
but it might be true for our characters. She has wrapped knuckles and wears gold thread. Those are her styles. And 2 things that she is rash and charming. 2 things that she's not is intimidating and precise. Her weapon is an axe that she stole from an opponent. And she fights for the thrill of the fight.
That's fun. Yeah. I do like a charming fighter. I feel like there's an element of roguishness to that. Oh no, multi-class. Oh, better respec. I,
Yeah, there
Nothing
is a
wrong
bit
with
of
me.
a roguishness to it. I mean, I like playing rogues, so it would make sense that even when I'm making a fighter, I'm like maybe a little bit of roguish elements. Wait until I tell you more about like what I'm picturing in my mind for Twinkle. I think it's gonna be kind of crazy. It might be kind of crazy. Will it be too crazy? I don't know. We'll have to find out
We
together.
can't know.
Can't know till we know, you know?
I do.
Um, okay, so I'm almost done. I just need to finish out. Play to find out. Oh, okay, so now. Oh, now we have to set up questions for each other. Is that basically it? Play to find out. Do I have to select which
Yeah.
one I'm playing to find out, or is this like just these are all the things I should be thinking
Oh,
about?
no. Okay, so the remaining categories we have play to find out, and that's just sort of a brief. That's what you're looking to find out with your character.
Like think about these
Uh,
things when you're playing.
and we might as well say what those are. For
Sure.
my character, I'm playing to find out how my art affects those around me, how much of myself is a performance, and what do I truly long to create? And can I create it?
So I'll just also add when I chose, there's one more question that I had here, and that is, what do you long for? And I said respect. Play to find out, are you willing or able to stop fighting? Where do you draw the line in regard to harm and killing? And how do you affect the people around you?
Cool. Cool.
Am I willing or able to stop fighting? Does she
'Cause
have
you're
a
a fighter.
twinkle twinkle little star during battle? Because her name is Twinkle? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Oh my gosh. Twinkle, twinkle, little
Can't know.
ASMR. It's time to beat down Celestial style. That sounds more like Twinkle's vibes, to be honest with you. Twinkle would be
The
into
idea
that.
that the idea that you're not intimidating, but you have a hard time stopping the fight, I feel like that does paint a certain picture, especially since you're not precise. I feel like Twinkle's a bit of an dropped knife, if you will.
Yes.
They say,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. She's very, like, kind of like a switch, is what I would imagine, where sometimes, like, she kind of just, like, goes off. Like, it's just like, whoop, there you go. And not precise, and definitely not the person that you would probably think of when you think of fighter. She's not.
she's not Bob.
She's not Bob. Tell you that much. Uh. Okay. Okay. So now we have to set up questions for other players.
Yeah. Now I think we'll only need one of them since it's just the two of us, which officially the game accommodates. Love to see it. Um, because I think in the original text it's ask one left and one right.
Right.
And folks, I'm on Amanda's left and Amanda's right. But if
Right.
we feel we want more to play with, that's okay too.
Then we could. Well, let's ask one and then see if we feel like we need more, or if we feel like we have an idea of our what our relationship kind of is, what we
Sure,
think of
yeah.
each
Well,
other.
while you're thinking about that, I guess I didn't necessarily quite finish, I guess,
No,
saying
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
picked for here.
Say your things.
So I decided not seductive officially. I think there's a huge urge to charm people, but I went with a storyteller and celebrated. So I think there's a local rep for Presto. Not a liar, not worldly. This we know. But then two arts that Presto practices, we have making others trust me and pleasure. So I think maybe Presto's a bit of a lush. I think maybe Presto does enjoy late nights and intimate conversations, perhaps more. But I think it's a very generalized sort of seeking pleasant stimuli,
Right. Right.
like pleasure in the broadest sense. Presto has magic, and that magic comes from years of practice, which makes me wonder if there's something inherently magical to music in this world. I feel like it would make sense to me.
Once again, sounds like you're doing a cross sort of class here. Some magic and some bard stuff. Although
It's written in. I don't know what to
bards
tell
are
you.
kind of magical, so I kind of feel it. It feels like organic, I think. Part of the reason I feel like
There you
I
go.
also haven't played a bard is because I feel like it's another thing where you have to, like, there's a bunch of different things you can do as a bard that you have to kind of know all your stuff, like all your spells as a bard,
Right, right.
your abilities. Although I guess every character has that in D&D. This is the weird part. I'm like, why do I feel that about bards, but like I don't feel that about rogues? Rogues have a similar thing, depending on.
Well,
You just
some are
still have to
definitely
know moves.
easier.
Well, fighter, it's pretty easy.
Fighter.
Fighter,
Fair enough.
fighter.
Fighter.
Bob. When in doubt, be Bob.
Wow, your strong moves are wild.
They're pretty
We'll get to that in a
crazy.
second. Oh, I didn't put a token counter. Hold on, I'll add one.
Okay,
I mean, you don't need to hold on. I'll just add it.
I'll hold on.
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
I like this a lot. There's some really good questions that we can ask each other, I think, in this game.
Yeah,
This game is already so spicy. It's just like, let's just get right into the meat of who these characters are. Why not?
it's wild because if you think about it, some of these questions would never come up unless a specific situation prompted them in Dungeons and Dragons. You don't necessarily even know what a character's motivation is.
No, no. That's why I like, games that are like this that are very story focused, because it's like, although granted, in D&D you might do, depending on who's running your game, I've definitely done like character briefs where I basically do like a little
For
origin of my
sure.
story and like what my character's doing and all of that. But none of that's baked into like the character sheet, right? So when you have a character sheet that's discussing not just like who is the character, like what are they particularly good or bad at, you know, and
Right.
it's also like why is the character
Why is the
why
character?
is the character is like, okay, I know it's probably gonna be a pretty good story. That's what I always think, because I'm like, now we understand who these people are and like why they do what they do, why they work, and we're trying to uncover that. And also, I love games that have the whole idea of us having like play to find out, like the idea of what you should kind of be reflecting on and thinking about throughout the game, because I think it also helps to guide people that maybe would feel a little bit lost with how to make their motivation fit in with story. So I like that a lot
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That makes it more intrinsic.
Now, I do want to say for anybody watching who loves D&D, the game absolutely, like the culture of D&D creates all kinds of situations to be emotive
Yeah.
and tell beautiful stories. And I love that people do that with the game.
But it can
The
also
different
happen. It can
context they can
also
set
turn
up.
into what Jamie Lamy is talking about, where Jamie Lamy said, "I don't like how D&D devolves into a party of murder hobos. It takes me out of it." Which it can definitely. And I've been in groups as well where there's like a lot of infighting to the point that players just all want to kill each other. And I'm like, this isn't fun. Like, we're supposed to be a party. We have to like work together, guys. Come on. So I know what you mean. Which, granted, sometimes those things can be fun. So there is a time and place. However, if you're in a campaign like that and you feel like every campaign is becoming that you've joined, I think that's a problem for sure.
Fair enough. What were we doing? Right.
Questions.
Questions for each other. Oh, why don't you ask me that? That's fun.
Yeah, and did you asked one to me as well?
I've got one for you.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. That's a good question. Oh
Uh,
wait, and our
Amanda.
answers, we just write our answers, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll just write mine where
Okay.
yours is. And because I think I'm better at writing and talking, I might as well just keep talking. But do you want to ask me the question out loud first, perhaps?
Sure, I can ask you the question. Do we want to both write our answers at the same time, or do we want to ask and answer?
Okay, we can write them at the same time. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Do you want
Sure.
to ask
Why
each
not?
other and then we can be like, okay, let's write, and then we can share our answers just based
Sure,
on
sure.
and see how that fits. Because I
So,
feel like that could be fun. Because otherwise, if you answer first or if I answer first, that'll probably inform the next answer, right?
right. So we might as well just flip the coins at the same time.
Yeah. I just want to
See
see
what
what
they
it
come out
does.
as.
Yeah. Okay. So
Fun, right? And if they don't fit, then
we can
oh well,
revise it. We can
we'll
figure it out,
revise.
or we just go with it and be like, we'll make it fit. I'm
That's the
confident in our,
thing.
our abilities as
That's
role
the
players.
thing.
Okay. How did I hurt you in the past, whether on purpose or by accident?
What special secret moment did we share recently?
Such different questions. Special secret moment.
Maximum thinking. The perfect stream content.
Um, I'm done mine. So I can entertain you,
Cool.
chat. Unless you're very into watching us think very intensely. I know that's probably extremely entertaining. Let's be honest. I know that's what everyone comes for. Um, Party bard as opposed to seducer. Yeah, well, I mean, I think there might be elements of seduction still with Kurt's character with Presto, but we'll see. I feel like both of our characters are somewhat flirty. Um, I don't know why, but I always feel like fantasy settings actually lend really well to flirty characters as well, but I don't know if that's just a me thing. That might just be a me thing.
No, I think that's not uncommon.
Yeah, something about that setting. It's just very fanciful, I guess. I don't know. Inciting incidents are one of the things between career and class in Draw Steel, as one of those things that demarcates when you become a hero. That is the fun of plot holes is coming up with an explanation to resolve them. That is true. It is true. When
Yeah.
you answer a question and you're like, that kind of contradicts something, and then you're like, but how do we make it so that it makes sense in the story? That it's no longer a contradiction. Well, and I also like that Kurt and I asked very contrasting questions. I feel like we've
Well,
already
let's find
immediately
out.
added a lot of depth. Are you done? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Who wants to answer first? Me or you?
I can answer.
Okay.
So your question again, how did I hurt you in the past, whether on purpose or by accident? And I said, I took you to a cottage where my parents lived, passing through their hamlet. I felt a certain level of performance fall away in the familiar candlelight and company, but you seemed disengaged, distracted, off. It seemed like you didn't care. I keep thinking about it.
Oh, that feels very real. That feels like a very real way to hurt someone, incidentally. Okay. What special secret moment did we share recently? You asked me. And I said, one night after a fight, I was badly injured, and you stayed by my side the whole time I was in recovery and sang my favorite songs to me. And since then, we've never brought this up, and no one else knows, but it is a memory I have always secretly cherished.
Cool. I love that your answer has to do with a fighting injury, which it really seems like my answer would. And my answer has to do with an intimate moment, which it really seems like
Yeah,
my
I know.
question. Yeah.
So our answers kind of work really well because they actually do both have a lot in common of like this idea of um I mean, I think these characters are going to be interesting because I feel like there's going to be a lot of like intimacy, violence things. And I wonder how that might go.
Yeah. Hmm.
A bard and a
Let's
fighter is
find out.
also just a fun combo, I think, of two characters that are very different class-wise. So that
I
works well.
think uh I think maybe it would be worthwhile I guess just exploring what is left on our playbooks so that we can sort of let the folks at home know.
Yes.
Um, so we've got some tips as to how to play our characters. I'm told to bring people together and make them feel things. To view my goals as important, whether they are ambitious or trivial, and to make my character fallible and relatable. Amanda, what's your situation?
So I also am told to make my character fallible and relatable. I imagine throughout this game there's probably like a good reminder of that, which I like.
All the character types do have that tip.
Yeah. Um which I like because I feel like while this is fantasy, it's going to be very grounded. Explore the role of violence in your community and be
Hmm.
blunt, which
Yeah,
will be
that
fun.
seems right.
Yeah. I feel like that will fit Twinkle well.
There's a couple things that now you folks at home may have realized there's only two of us and we both have characters, so there's no game master per se. What we will do instead is, in addition to providing details of the world freely, collaboratively, there's specific things that Amanda and I are asked to ask the other player as part of play to kind of help with resolution of things. For my character, I have to ask Amanda how the audience responds to my art, and also if there's anyone who knows me or wants something from me when I enter new places. So there's a couple of like recurring questions that I'll be outsourcing, if you will. And Amanda has something not too dissimilar.
Yes. So I need to ask Kurt to describe or act as my opponent and my opponents and my obstacles. So that is where we are kind of GMing for each other, is that we are dealing with the NPCs, it seems, and the things in the world that directly relate to our abilities, our skill sets, and how that responds to us, so that we are not deciding that for ourselves. Which seems like a good way to turn this into a GM-less, game where we can just GM for each other, basically.
I do like that said quickly GM sounds kind of like jam because
Jam.
I see
Jamless.
parallels to the music world when we think about it. Um,
Mmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
not like
100%.
strawberry.
Not like strawberry. But yeah, it is kind of
Uh,
like, it's like a story jam.
yeah. Now, Amanda and I also have a lure, which is something that you dangle, you pull the other player in. When someone asks me to perform or is moved to change by my practice of my art, they gain a token. What are the arts I practice, folks? Making others trust me and pleasure. Amanda, what's your lure?
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting to see how that unfolds.
Yeah.
Mine is when someone comes to you for protection or asks you to damage something or someone, they gain a token.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah. So if I ask you to perform or I'm moved to change by your art. So if you affect change of me, or if I'm asking you to to do either of these arts, then I get a token.
Yeah, but I also think generally we can think of these lures as a useful means by which to imagine how a non-playable character might interact with us as well. Now,
Yes.
NPCs don't really
Yes.
need tokens, but
But do we still
it's
gain tokens if we interact with them?
uh yeah, if it's relevant to our move set, which by the way, nice segue. Amanda and I also have a set of strong moves and weak moves.
Yes.
Some games like this have three categories. This one has two. Strong moves we need to spend a token to do. It's a punctuation. It's a big thing that we get to do. Wow. Well, it's a it's a modestly big thing. We'll probably do with them often.
I have
And then
some
weak moves we
I have
get a
some pretty
token from.
crazy ones.
Yes, you do.
So hopefully not too often. Otherwise, might be in some trouble.
What do you got there, Amanda?
I got my strong moves. Kill someone. Just straight up kill someone. Open up about my doubts or pain. Put yourself between someone and violence. Reassure someone else about their own strength. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's nice. Use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle. That I'll probably do a lot of, I imagine. I feel like fighters do that a lot. Effortlessly shrug off blows that would do great damage to others. Ooh, that's fun. And ask, how can I help you right now? Ask who or what is really in control here.
So those questions don't need to be literally asked to
Yeah, but
us as characters, but they can be a theme that's raised, or you can ask them.
or you could ask
Both are
them
there.
literally. You could ask them
Yeah.
in a different form as well. Like, who are you
Do you want to
working
walk us
for?
through your weak moves as well?
My weak moves: destroy something instead of understanding it. Oof. Ignore or scorn a social norm. Act cold to someone who needs or offers compassion.
Interesting.
Yeah. I feel like that plays into your answer a little bit.
Yep, sounds like it does.
Yeah. Resort to violence before it is necessary. Lose yourself in a fight. Ask, what about me scares you?
It's a good set.
Also,
I
I think my headset is connected to my iPad or something. So if you guys heard a ding, I don't know if you heard a ding, but that was from my iPad. I will turn that off after we finish our characters. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
Oh, not at all. I'll walk through my moves and then that's our characters. So, strong moves. I can de-escalate violence or conflict, which is seeming like it might come in handy with you around.
Yeah, that's nice.
Can win others over with my art, drop pretenses and speak frankly with someone, offer
Nice.
someone healing, comfort, or wonder, offer hidden knowledge about a person or place, get out of harm's way, and ask, what do you desire most right now? Interesting. Interesting. My weak moves. Blunder into a bad situation totally unprepared. Lie unconvincingly or get caught with no alibi.
I
Fall
think
in
that'll
love.
be really funny because you're also not a liar, so you can really that'll if you try to
Yeah.
lie, it'll be like,
Yeah.
nah.
I also like that it leaves it open for me to be in a position where I need an alibi. Like I need to be telling the truth, but I
Yeah.
don't have a truth to tell,
Yeah.
which is a nice sort of inversion. I have fall in love as a weak move.
As a weak move, love it.
As a weak move, can do it all the time. Get paid in tokens for doing it. Make a bad situation worse with your presence. Draw attention from the wrong crowd. Cave to your desire for approval to the detriment of yourself or your loved ones. That's a little close to home. Ask, what do you really think of me? And ask, who do you want me to be?
Oh, who do you want me to be is a really painful one. Oh, as a performer, ouch.
Okay, so that's us. Amanda, did you want to do headset stuff at this? Did you want to
Yes, let
step
me do
away to do a
that. And
headset thing?
also, Cherry, if you're still here, I'm sorry to hear that you are still not feeling well. Thank you for the highlighted comment. I hope that you feel better soon and that your
Yeah.
throat feels better soon. Yeah, that's rough. I feel you. That was me after Gen Con, except my throat didn't hurt. I just sounded literally like a toad. I'll be right back.
While Amanda is away, folks, I will take an interlude to tell you about our overlay and thumbnail today. We are making use of something that I so often make use of, which is public domain art, something that has been around so long that it is now no longer under copyright of any kind, and anyone can use it. This particular beautiful image is one slice of a significantly larger work called An Ancient Map of Fairyland by Bernard Slay in 1917. And I will say that's Slay as in sleigh ride, not Slay as in Bernard Slay. This map reproduction is courtesy of the Norman B. Leventhal Map and Education Center at the Boston Public Library. You know your boy Kurt loves a library. And gosh, if you have a minute just to look up this piece, in its entirety, it is really a stunning, broad, long landscape. Really just a lovely piece. I've pasted the name of the piece in the Twitch chat. If you're on YouTube, it's written out in the description. I also love that it's an ancient map of fairyland, which I think even at the time would have been I mean, it was 1917. You don't spell ancient or map like that. Anyway, I just find that delightful. Speaking outside of that, well, here's a little story, I guess. I spent the last few days with a good friend who was up visiting me in my home of Ottawa, and this friend is a walker. Not like not like a zombie. Like he walks as a hobby. And the reason that it's a hobby, I mean anyone can walk and have it be a hobby, beautiful form of exercise and getting around, active transportation, but he has a special rigmarole. He will go places and map them to determine things like public access to shorelines, or how much land is privately owned within a stretch of a hydro corridor. which is a sort of a series of electricity poles that runs through somewhere. Sorry, I always forget that hydro is like Canadian lingo for electricity. He's been doing this for years, and now he has a wild buildup of data. He's got a whole YouTube channel where he talks about his walks. It goes under the name Metroscapes. Anyway, for a long time, I didn't really understand his art form, what he did. I appreciated it because it brought him joy, and he formed a small community dedicated to it. But I didn't, I guess, have a personal understanding of the act of it. But he brought me along on one of those walks over the weekend, and it was a really lovely time just thinking about what made up the landscape of the places around us. Places you wouldn't necessarily consider even if you walked through them every day. He, as his part, would often point out a piece of infrastructure and wonder about it. Is this construction to lay a pipe from a pumping station? Is this transit hub being retrofitted or falling into disrepair? Is this pavilion part of a rehabilitation plan, or is it a legacy of something that came before? For my part, I asked some of those same questions, but also asked questions about the local ecology, flora and fauna, but especially flora, talking about what kind of trees were there, what kind of plants I saw growing, what kind of uh, life, their little seed pods and cones, their flowers and leaves, what it meant, where they grow, how far from home they are. And then when you have questions, you can look them up too. I learned a lot about ginkgo trees this Sunday, and I am so pleased to have done that because ginkgos are fascinating. Amanda is still not back, so I'm just going to tell you about ginkgo trees now because wow, they're neat. The ginkgo tree is a living fossil of sorts. There are ginkgo tree-like leaves that have been found in the fossil record from 200 million years ago. That's a very long time. And the ginkgo tree is its only surviving relative in its biological division. Now, if you're not super familiar with biology, we go kingdom, clade, division. So within the category of plants, it stands alone, effectively. And there's a few things that you can pick up on that are unusual. It's unusual for a plant to be dioecious. Dioecious? I haven't had to say the word out loud before, but essentially to have the kind of male-female differences between the plant individuals that it does. In fact, ginkgo trees as males will produce a pollen that drifts through the air. It's highly allergenic. So there's a bit of an asterisk on this, but it's also got a female tree which will produce seeds. They look like fruits. Silvery apricots is what the term ginkgo literally means in its origin languages. I believe Chinese specifically has silvery ginkgo, but there's similar names for the Japanese term for the ginkgo tree. The ginkgo leaf is a beautiful, strange fan-shaped structure, and the ginkgo leaf is actually so iconic that it's the symbol for Tokyo, and it turns this brilliant, beautiful yellow color in the fall. The seeds are edible, but not in large quantities because they have a toxin that builds up over time. And there's so much more to learn about the ginkgo and about the many trees around you, so I would encourage you the next time you're on a walk and you wonder, what tree is that? Just pull up a little image of your local trees, perhaps from a park authority or an official guide for the area around you, and see if you can match up the shapes of those leaves, the shapes of those cones, or whatever they fruit with or flower with, and see if you can find out what you're looking at. Now Amanda has joined us again, so I will say, hi Amanda.
Hello. You talked about the ginkgo trees that are in your area.
Sure did.
Yeah, there's some
Sure
nice.
talked about too many things. So many
Man,
things.
there's some really nice ginkgo trees. I remember when we went on that walk when I visited you, and then and then we were talking about the ginkgo trees. They smell so good.
See, it's interesting you say that because that's a divisive subject.
I'm sure some people do not like the smell of them and think they're too smelly, but I like the
Divisive.
smell of
Divisive.
ginkgo. Yes, divisive. What did I say? Divisive?
No, I said divisive, and then I went, oops.
Oh, divisive. Yeah, yeah.
It's really, it comes back to me.
Because I do that all the time
Um,
too. But yes, I found my iPad and I was able to switch off the Bluetooth. It was synced to my headset, so both. How come both things can be synced to a headset, but camera can only be synced to one program? What's up with that? Computers, what are you doing? Why is that a thing? Just wondering. Anyways, it's probably because of Bluetooth. Cameras are not Bluetooth because that wouldn't work because they can't move fast enough or something. Something like that. Pictures are harder to
yeah,
render than
I don't
sound,
know.
I think. I think. That reminds me of earlier today in stream when I think Joker was here and Joker was saying, in my stream, not in this stream, but because I've been having problems with my Nightbot, which Nightbot seems to be working fine on Lizel and Joyce. I don't know why it's not working on my other channel, but regardless, Nightbot has not been working. And then we had another problem. People were like, do we need to call Duck and like get help with the stream? And I had to be like, guys, Duck doesn't really know how to set up the stream things. That's my tech knowledge. That's all my tech knowledge. Unfortunately, can't even help us. I'm like the most knowledgeable of the stream tech things, which is unfortunate because I have many questions that I would love for someone more knowledgeable than me to answer, and yet I don't know that person. I am that person for a lot of people. But yes.
Trouble.
Yes.
I've been there. I've been
Yes.
the tech person who wishes they weren't.
I know. It's like, why isn't there someone that knows more? But yes. So now I have returned and we may resume.
Yes, and what to resume, I will tell you. We're now going to imagine our quest, Amanda.
Ah.
I would direct you to the tab on the spreadsheet that reads Quest and Setting, and we will together choose 3 to 5 visuals that we want to be present throughout the story that we'll be telling over the next couple weeks.
Okay. That sounds good. What temperature is it in here? Is it hot or is it just me? It is hot. I'm thinking I might turn on my fan. I could also open the window because it's cool outside, but then I have to climb. I don't want to climb today, so we'll just do the fan. Okay, so we have to choose our setting.
We must.
Okay.
I suppose before we get too into it, I will say that yeah, there's a whole series of drop downs and there are many options. Do we think we want to read them out for the folks here, or do we want to just pick some of our favorites? You can see it there, right? Have you found the spot?
Yeah. So what are we starting with? Do we start from the left and work our way across, imagining our quest?
Imagine our quest is the big thing. We'll have some little fun setup to do with different elements of our world, and those could happen today or as we need them, but definitely
Okay.
I think we should imagine our quest.
Okay. So
So,
I would say, I mean, I guess we could read them all out. They're not too long. Would you say?
they're not too long.
Okay, so first we have to choose 3 to 5 visuals. So just so you guys know what we're looking at, we have a drop-down menu here that Kurt has so kindly built based around.
Who's to say? Maybe it was already here. It wasn't. I did it. It's always me.
The options that we have in this lovely drop-down menu that Kurt may or may not have made, he did make it, is a haunted forest, well-tread paths, a bustling market, an elegant cathedral, scattered tents, rolling hills, cobblestone streets, ocean air, snow-capped mountains, cramped alleys, everyday magic. Ooh, I really like that. Everyday magic.
That is good. Let's just pick it. Let's just
Yeah, you
throw it
like
in there
that?
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I mean, who doesn't like everyday magic? A large quarry, a magic academy, wide rivers, trading posts, forbidden lands, floral meadows, new arrivals, a royal palace, military outposts.
What's calling out to you? I
Um,
mean, I guess you did pick the first thing, so
well, we kind of picked the first thing together. I said it was calling. I said that sounds fun, and then you agreed. So,
that's
but
true.
is
That's
there
true.
anything to you that sounds fun? Definitely,
Yeah.
there are some things that I like, but if there's anything that jumps out to you, do let me know. And chat, if there's anything that jumps out to you that you think would be fun for us, let us know.
I think we want to give ourselves opportunities to tie into our own themes, whatever those might be. Um, I'm looking at both ocean air and floral meadows though as like just cool grounding biome sort of
I like floral
information.
meadows. I think that sounds fun.
Cool. It's the summer. Why not?
Why
Why not?
not? Let's hold on to the summer. I feel like fall is ready to chase it all away at any moment, actually, right now.
Anthony shall bring the fall with him, and we shall not consider it until then.
Blend 2. Roll twice is always a good rule. Roll twice? Like, you mean, how many of
I
these should we
see.
have? Like, if we had 20 and then we roll a die and roll twice to see what we get? Blend 2. Well, we get to choose 3 to 5 visuals. So, thank you. Thank you for the blesses. Hey, Lord Monk, how's it going? Welcome in. We're just imagining our quest and figuring out what our characters are going to be doing. And perhaps after we imagine our quest, we'll also do like a recap of who these characters are again and what our quest is. Probably before we continue on. So yeah, we just finished creating our characters, but they're pretty sick, I gotta say. I can't wait for you to hear about them.
Pretty sick.
Yes.
Somebody get ourselves a lozenge.
But
Cherry, could you loan us a lozenge?
Yeah, Cherry. Basically, I feel like Kurt's a bard and I'm a fighter, and our characters also just sound really cool. So, but that's the basics.
Fair enough.
So everyday magic, floral meadows.
Yeah.
What else did you say as a suggestion?
Hills? I kind of like the idea. What if there's an elegant cathedral? What if we're being... I don't know what our quest is yet, but I feel like there could be like a central... That could be like a place that we come back to, perhaps.
Yes.
That hosts us.
Yes, I like that. We could do that. How do you feel about something like well-tread paths or cobblestone streets or something like that, or like ocean air, like something that's a little bit more...
Yeah, like yeah, I like all of those things.
Which one do you think fits the most
between those?
We have?
Let's. I feel like, I mean, cobblestone is almost a gimme with an elegant cathedral. I feel like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, might as well lean into it, I suppose.
Yeah, cobblestone. Cobblestone streets.
This tells me perhaps we're near like a source of limestone if there's a cathedral and there are cobblestone streets.
So you're thinking maybe some ocean air, maybe some wide rivers, any water elements?
Wide rivers is fun. Yeah, wide rivers is great. That actually,
I like
that does a lot.
I think it's good. I think we got some strong visuals. Hunting for the DM. There is no DM in this game, no dungeon master. We are each other's dungeon masters if there was such a thing in this game. We are playing a game that is called Venture. It is not actually D&D. We have baited everybody. Haha! We got you, Lord Monk.
We've tricked you. It only looks and sounds exactly like D&D.
But it's not. It is different, especially in terms of the mechanics and the way that it's played, but it is similar in terms of the setting and kind of the types of stories that I feel like you have the potential to explore. There is already, though, a ton built into, like, just who our characters are and how they relate to each other in our character sheets. So there's a lot of, not to say that D&D doesn't have that depth, because it totally does, but there's a lot more depth, I would say, baked in to the character creation in terms of understanding the layers of how we work together and what is up with us as individuals, as characters. So, yeah. It's giving me an Italian city escape. Ooh, I kind of like that. Atomic sorcery. Italian city escape. Maybe we have to escape this Italian city in this fantasy world.
Well, who hasn't been there, folks? Am I right?
That does sound fun. I like that. Okay, so we meet someone. Is that what's next? So
yeah.
we have for our visuals. So everyone close your eyes and imagine this. Everyday magic, floral meadows, an elegant cathedral, cobblestone streets, wide rivers. It does sound very Italian, doesn't it? Not intentionally.
Never
Just
been.
went that way. Neither have I, but I've always wanted to go, so maybe this is why. This is what I built, what I was thinking. When we were both thinking, maybe we both want to go to Italy. Is that what this is trying to tell us?
I mean, there were Italians who just reviewed one of my games today. So that was an interesting surprise.
Hey.
Yeah. So thanks Italians at No Dice Unrolled for that.
Italians.
But I'm getting distracted, I guess. We meet someone. I feel like between these, there's got to be a human angle to it, right? There's an old friend, a celestial messenger, a dangerous hero, an aging mage, a desperate widow, an unspeakable terror. Between these, I'm more tempted to buy something more grounded, something not diabolical or celestial, but
right.
Yeah. Could be a mage, could be a widow, could be a friend. What do you think? What calls
the
out to you?
options? What are all the options? Did you just read those?
Yeah, an old friend, a celestial messenger, a dangerous hero, an aging mage, a desperate widow, an unspeakable terror.
Ooh, I like an aging mage or a desperate widow.
Oh yeah, they're both good.
Those sound pretty fun. But I mean, like, all of them sound good, so I'm very open. These are all very good. This is a lot of good prompts, let me tell you.
Thanks, Riley. Really appreciate it. Let's put it in like a quantum state of uncertainty between Desperate Widow and Aging Mage, and we'll see what makes sense when we see the next prompts, which is, and they tell you of. Amanda, do you want to read our drop-down list for and they tell you of?
And they tell you of mysterious killings, a secret treasure, a dragon's nest, an old forgotten legend, a nefarious plan, a ghost sighting, a new military outpost, rumors of a spy.
Ooh.
What do you think? Those all sound great.
Why would a desperate widow tell us about
Lord Monk,
a legend?
exactly. The gods will definitely be awestruck of our deeds. We don't know what our deed will be, but we're about to find out what it's gonna be, and they'll be awestruck. Let me tell you.
Boy, howdy. You folks up there, you're going to be awestruck.
You just wait.
You folks down there, too. I know we got some gods down there. You'll be awestruck.
You'll be awestruck, too.
What if... Okay. What if the desperate widow is someone we both know? This is like how we meet. It's some... maybe like a family friend of one of us, a relative to the other, a grandmother or something perhaps, and we get told of an old forgotten legend, and it's because the widow's desperate maybe to bring back who she lost.
Right. So is it like a legend of like maybe a hero or someone that like never came home? Is it like, was it her partner that like went missing?
I was thinking maybe the partner went missing, and this legend is like a legend of how someone could be brought back from death.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. An old forgotten legend. Honestly, when I was reading them, old forgotten legend was like antenna up. I was like, whoa, I want to do that. That sounds fun. It gave me
Who doesn't like an old forgotten legend?
a story boner. You know what I mean? You know, when you hear a prompt and you're just like, that's the one I want to do.
I'm I'm not gonna back you on that one. You're gonna have to erect that story somewhere else.
Kurt knows what I mean, though, I think. I think you know what I mean. Just, when you hear
Sometimes a prompt will inspire something.
It
That's certainly
inspires.
true.
I was just like, that's definitely the one we got to do. Good lordy. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. When a story is just that good. You're like, that's the prompt for me. That was the one that when I read it, I was like, oh, a forgotten legend. Ooh. And then when you were like, what about a forgotten legend? I was like, yes, let's do a forgotten legend. So excited. I like this. And I feel like you're going to be okay.
It's gonna be just great.
Don't clip that is what Kurt's trying to say. Whatever you do.
No, whatever. Amanda's dug this hole herself. When Anthony comes back and there's 1,000 clips about story boners, it's really going to be on Amanda, and I didn't participate.
I didn't participate.
Okay, our next prompt is actually something is destroyed, and I don't know what it is.
Destroyed. That outline seems a little skeletal. Oh, we're not done yet. Atomic sorcery. Something is destroyed.
No, I think it's a pun.
What? Oh.
Boner, maybe? Boner, skeletal?
Oh, yeah, probably. Is that a pun, atomic sorcery? Are you being punny over there?
Are you being a bit funny? Do you think is that a bit of a joke then?
You find a door, it's locked, but it has a sign that says use the key to unlock the door. I think that's a good way to get people to use the key to unlock the door. I like when a door has a clear signage on it, personally, especially in any kind of fantasy setting. It's not usually what you see. You find a locked door and you're like, I don't know. And then I'm a fighter. I'm probably just like, I'll just punch it. Can I just punch the door?
Can I punch the door?
Can I punch the door? Says Twinkle.
Something is destroyed. Here's our options for something is destroyed. An old landmark, a new project, someone's heart, a social custom, a holy symbol, a celestial object, an important town, a noble's reputation, someone's home and livelihood.
Wow. I mean, I like a heart. I like someone's home and livelihood. I like, was there like a celestial weapon or something? A celestial artifact or something like that? That can be
Yeah, maybe this is how the tragedy came to pass. Like the thing that was destroyed, somehow this husband, I guess, figure was destroyed with it. Was it a whole
Atomic
town?
sorcery's dignity. We would never do that to you, to atomic sorcery. I feel like, if anything, don't worry, your dignity won't be destroyed. If anything, if it needs to be saved, we got you. Twinkle and Presto are on the case. I feel like, I also like a noble's reputation. I feel like is also kind of good.
That's it's got a lot going there. Yeah. Okay, all right, here's a pitch. What if it's an old landmark, but the landmark is where like the husband was tending, like a grave site, or maybe some more like holy shrine or something, and maybe the husband was like a shrine keeper, so we can have a little bit of like weird. The shrine got
like smoke, like it's just like poof.
Yeah. And all the keepers.
Oh well, bye.
So we'll know a little more, yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, what do we got? What do we got in Bye? Am I up the wrong creek, or is there something cool?
A gang of bandits. Ooh, I like this one. The darkness. What does that mean? That could mean anything.
Darkness.
The darkness, got it. An alchemic experiment. Ooh, that's interesting. A kid trying their best.
Oh no! Oh no! That one's fucked up for this setup.
A vengeful ex-lover. What? Magic. Mysterious circumstances. That could fit. That could fit if we want to do mysterious. The
Mm-hmm.
military, they really like giving us the option of all these military things. We could have made like the most militaristic story of our lives if we wanted to. The amount of military that's in here. If you guys want to tell a military story,
Let me tell you.
Venture's got you. They've got it for you. A holy warrior, a corrupt magistrate, a revolution. Vive la revolution. I think that's it.
Okay.
These are all great, though.
Okay. So here's the thing. I can't stop thinking about a kid trying their best.
What does
How
that even
tragic would
mean?
it be? What if there's like a young shrine keeper just learning the ways, but this place is powerful and laced with old magic, and with just the wrong step in a careful dance up to the shrine,
Right. It's
it's
just like.
unstable.
So is it like the gods turned on the shrine because they weren't keeping it properly because of this mistake? Or do we know why that happened? Or do we just know that there was a younger shrine tender that made a mistake and as a result something happened?
I think the younger shrine tender,
Did they
I
offend the
think maybe
gods?
all the other
The
shrine
celestial?
keepers like died, except this younger shrine keeper who had to watch it happen after making the mistake.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Was
Oh
that
no.
was
Is
that
that
their
too dark for
punishment?
you?
No, I like that. I don't think that's too dark. I like it. So maybe, but maybe that was their punishment. Maybe everyone else around them that they knew dying was like the, don't do that again.
Ooh. I don't, so we don't know why, I guess, at this point it happened, other than like a failed ritual, I guess, like a ritual
I
that
mean,
needs to be
and
conducted
it
to approach
could
the
it have
shrine.
just happened? Could it just be a random thing? Is it possible that it was even anything that happened?
Right, like maybe there's uncertainty as to whether it was a coincidence or not, but the kid's
Yeah,
inconsolable.
yeah. Because if something like that happened to you right when you mess something up, I mean, definitely would feel like it's your fault, right?
So, okay, what's next? And you must? Okay, and you must is pretty straightforward.
And you
Take
must.
revenge, find out what's going on, stay out of it, finish the job, or deal with the aftermath.
I
I mean,
guess deal with the aftermath or figure out what happened. Either one of those seems appropriate based on the story we're telling right now.
yeah, deal with the aftermath seems right. Like that's
Ooh,
pretty catch-all.
Atomic Sorcerer said the shrine was a return of a great power and the kid was the sole survivor. Possible, possible that it could have been something that just came back and that is like that was just the unleashing of it. Maybe it was less of a mess up and more of like a let the whatever it is that we're guarding at this shrine maybe out of the cage. The darkness. I know the darkness is so good. When did you start listing the world's problems? Jamie Lamey,
Gotta
true,
come around
true.
eventually.
A kid trying their best also kind of is covered by that, I feel like. So many
Mhm.
things, you know? We're just trying our best.
Oh, we found something. Okay, let me read you out these because these are fun. An ancient weapon, a dead body, an abandoned house, a lost kid, a dropped letter, an unusual plant, a getaway, a gateway, a lead, a small fortune in jewels, or a curse. What do we find?
Ooh, I like a gateway, a curse, or I mean, obviously a lost kid kind of makes sense, maybe. Because it could be the kid.
Gateway,
Yeah.
gateway, kid. Huh.
Curse. That's what I like. But what jumps out to
Curse?
you?
Yeah, curse is great, actually. What does it look like to find a curse? Like what does that mean?
You find something, a curse. I think maybe maybe there's like a curse on the place. Like maybe when we say it was
Uh,
destroyed, it wasn't like physically destroyed, but it's like no one can go there now because it's cursed. And so when we are exploring and finding out about like sort of what happened, like we know the legend. We are trying to figure out like how best to approach going to this place to maybe get evidence, and that's when we find out that the place is cursed. So, you know,
ooh. Ooh,
what we do
okay.
with
Wait, wait,
that
wait.
What kind of curse is
Maybe
it?
it's
That's the question.
maybe it's not even clear that the like monks are dead. They're just all like there's a frozen
Maybe they're
like
frozen in time.
there's like a frozen, yeah, maybe it's all black and white in that particular point on the horizon where the shrine peaks up on the hill above the town and the monk's silhouette in as the sun goes down every night, frozen in desperate hurrying.
Do you think it's like a replaying? Like, do you think it replays those final moments like on a loop, and that's like
Ooh,
the curse? So it's like they're like just constantly dying, or is it like
that's
they're
awful.
yeah, that'd be pretty
No.
bad. Or are they like frozen in death?
Maybe it's like a moment of death. Like you see, I don't know what it looks like. We don't even need to fill in that detail. There's a
Is it
cursed.
there all the time, or is it like only at the moment when it happened, like that time of day?
I
Do we see it
think
all the time?
maybe. Oh, okay. What if the site, like, you just can't, you can only see sort of vague outlines because maybe there's I want to say a sort of
A dome?
opaque crystalline structure or dome, yeah, that like encases it. And so you see the figures and you can see the expression of some that are close to the outside of the dome, but like a frozen magic, not ice necessarily, but
Yeah.
halting. Yeah,
There's like a
can't
barrier
go
of
in.
some kind. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's like closed off. It's like we can't even enter because there's a magical barrier around it. And everyone inside is like trapped in this curse where they're like trapped in their final moments. Their final moment. Frozen. Forever.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
say a fate worse than death. I would say a fate worse than death, personally.
I mean,
If
it
you're
seems pretty
asking
bad.
me. Sounds pretty bad. There is no sweeter music than the screams of our enemies. I mean, you're talking to a fighter, so I'd probably agree with you.
One more for our quest, which is and then.
And then,
Oh, a curse. And then, so for this curse, our options are you take it
release
with you. It
us.
follows you no matter what you do. You realize it's part of something bigger. You must keep it safe. It takes you somewhere important or someone else is searching for it. Now, none of those seem quite right to me.
Then, well, I
Or maybe
mean,
it does follow us. Maybe
I
we
would
got too
say maybe
close
it followed
investigating.
us, and maybe like now we have the images of these things following us, or maybe like other people started getting trapped in this way. So it's like almost like the curse is trying to come for us, or is just like infecting those around us because, like you said, because we got too close to it. We could also realize it's part of something bigger. I feel like that would make sense. If it's like what
Both
happened
make sense.
here
Yeah, let's say
isn't
that.
just
Yeah.
here. You know, like maybe this had ramifications across the lands.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good.
And we
And
start
so
hearing about
this
like similar things and we're like, wait, what's happening? So maybe it wasn't just the kid. Maybe there's more to it. Or maybe the kid set off something that's even bigger than we thought it was.
right. Now, okay,
And
let's
now what
recap what
started
we've
out
got
as a
here.
quest to save one person is kind of like, is the world going to end? We don't know. Maybe.
We don't know. Okay, so we will recap. We are. Oh, actually, just before we do that, do we agree that maybe our duo know each other? We both have a connection to this widow, right? And maybe the shrine keeper as well. What do you think the nature of that is?
I like the idea of it's like a relative, like you said, like maybe someone that we're
Okay.
related to. It could also be maybe someone that we helped or that we saved like along our travels, and like we aided them, and
Oh,
so they came
shoot.
to us for assistance. Like later, like they were like, actually, I have this problem, and I know you guys helped. You know, or like we helped a town or something that this person is in, so now they've come after us. Especially because you were saying that you're also like acclaimed, right? So like people know who you are.
Yeah, yeah. But within
Like
like a
I'm not
pretty local sphere.
intimidating, but I think people know you. So I don't know. I don't know if people
I
know
think
me.
maybe okay. How do you like this pitch? I
Okay.
think you have traveled, like you go around mercenary for hire kind of thing, but when
Sure.
you're in my town, my village, my area, you link up with me and we do like
Quest together.
local quests together. Yeah.
Sure.
But then this time we were both approached, maybe after just concluding a quest, and this is someone we've previously helped, uh, knows us by reputation, but has also worked with us before. So like it's personal.
And maybe this was like a time where I was about to like go back out into the world to like go do my own thing for a
Sure.
bit. And now this quest has actually taken us like both out into the world together. And maybe it's your first time also really going out because you said you're not otherworldly. So it could be this quest
Yeah,
that
I think
takes
it
us
is.
around, but you're not used to that. So it'll be interesting because it's like maybe you have the more acclaim in this area, but now we're going to like traverse everywhere and you're going to get to know a bunch of things and maybe like in distant lands I'm known and people don't know you and so it'll be a big change up for both of us. And is this our
Yeah,
first
that's
time? I think
great.
this is our first time traveling together really. Like we've only ever like
Yeah,
done
like we've done,
anything smaller.
overnight on a bedroll out in camp,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not like, yeah,
Not like
yeah,
seeing the world together. It's kind of big.
yeah. Okay,
Okay,
cool. This
cool.
is cool. All
I
right,
like
so we'll
this.
recap. Our quest is going to have the following visuals: everyday magic, floral meadows, an elegant cathedral, cobblestone streets, wide rivers. We met a desperate widow who we previously helped, who came to us after we'd done one of our local quests, and she told us of her desperate wish that her shrinekeeper husband could be revived, that this curse could be reversed with an old forgotten legend, some half remembered thing, and the only hope that she has. Destroyed in the process was a shrine, frozen in time, encapsulated in this magical bubble, this crystalline prison, with these shrine keepers trapped in their last moments. And watching the whole thing unfold was this poor young shrine keeper who thinks it must have just been a wrong move that they made, inconsolable. We're dealing with the aftermath, but this curse that we found, we think is part of something bigger. So, that is our pitch, folks, for our quest. And I think, honestly, we might as well just fill in our extra little elements here.
Yeah. So we
For
fill in
those,
the, and then this is so cool. And then when we come back, will it be like? Do you think we're gonna like finish filling everything in? Then we come back next week. We'll just like jump right into it
that's
and
what I'm
start.
thinking.
Yeah,
Like
I
maybe we
feel
could do
that. I
like
feel
a
that. We could
two
do
or
like
three
maybe a
minute
little
scene once it's all done, just to like
intro.
settle us in the characters for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I like
Like
that. Yeah,
two to
yeah.
10 minutes,
Just so we can get a sense for what the
depending.
character feels like or sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Okay.
media
So
res, in media res, you got it.
yeah,
This whole game
damn
feels very
straight.
in media res because it's kind of like we have like a whole backstory now of like
Yeah.
where we came from and how we got here and also potential for flashbacks. Okay, so there's that. Do we want to? So are we gonna fill these in? Do we want to recap who we are? Like, do we want to fill everything in and then maybe after that we'll just do a quick recap of who are these characters, then jump
Yeah.
into the scene. I think
Yeah.
that'll be good. Okay, cool.
So structurally, folks, this game, in addition to having our characters, which we can draw from, there's what are called, I think they're called setting elements. I'm not sure what this particular game calls them, but they're things that we can use to portray the world. It's
Okay.
got ideas about moves you can do and
Moves.
how dangers manifest and things like that.
Cool.
Ideas for NPCs you might run into.
Love.
Yeah. So, Amanda, I figure let's just like, I don't know, lightning round it. Each of
Sure.
us can choose one of the two top options for each category. Starting with the darkness, we're going to choose a way that the darkness manifests.
Ah, yes.
Oh, they are pretty good. They are pretty good. I'm picking one. Boom. I said I was going to be quick, and I was. Boom.
Okay. Do. Ooh.
Perfect. So
Okay.
Amanda's chosen disappearances,
Kurt's
which
chosen
makes sense.
ephemeral.
Ephemeral
Thank you. Ephemeral
attackers,
attackers.
which something that kind of is there for a moment and fades away.
Yes.
Kind of fun. Kind of fun.
I
The
like
darkness has 2 desires. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, perfect. That's just what I wanted.
Great.
We've decided the darkness has the desire of transformation, which makes sense. We've seen this huge blight upon the land, but then I also said awe. I think that anything willing to make such a big statement, it wasn't subtle, right? This was
Yeah.
a marker.
Sounds like a phantom menace. Yeah, definitely.
Fair enough.
Okay.
The celestial. Choose 2 ways the celestial manifests. We don't need to choose anything else for the darkness. There's just some moves that
Yeah,
we
there's
could
just some
harness when we,
moves when we manifest the darkness here.
yeah, when we take that roll, which we can do at any point.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The celestial.
Now these are sort of heavenly. It's the opposite of the darkness, I guess you'd say.
Right.
Ooh. That's great. I love
like
this
that.
pair.
Great.
Okay. Amanda feels the celestial manifests with ringing in the ears, and I said there are prophecies, which maybe ties back to that old forgotten legend.
Perhaps.
The celestial has 2 desires.
Ooh, I like that too. Those work well together. So, Kurt chose revelation as a desire, and I chose transcendence. I think those work well together.
Yeah.
Celestial sounds
we
kind
have
of
the
like a little ominous too, honestly.
Yeah, I think it should, right?
Yes, I agree. I agree. Okay.
Yeah. So next on our list is the arcane. And the arcane is the elements of magic, wonder, strangeness, you know, fantasy stuff. Ooh,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
I knew that would happen
Twinsies.
actually.
Okay.
I can change it. I can
Okay.
change it. Yeah. Oh, they're all so cool.
We chose the same one. We both chose patterns in nature is the way that the arcane manifests. So Kurt's gonna pick something else.
And he did. So I've picked whispered secrets. And we also have patterns in nature. Actually, you know what? Those are both a little subtle.
Hello,
I'm going to choose
Jesse,
explosive
over
bursts.
on the YouTube side.
Hey.
I don't know what you mean where you say no. Question answered. No to
Oh,
what?
yes, we're not finally playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's right.
No. Yes, we are not.
Thank you
As
so
it
much
says.
because I was actually wondering this whole stream, are we playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Are
But
we?
now
No.
now I know.
No, we're not. We are playing a game called Venture, Jesse. If you wanted to check it out, I have well, it's in our video description over on YouTube if you wanted to give it a little look-see, but I can also pop the game command into the Twitch chat for folks, and then I can copy and paste it for you if you did want to check it out. I would definitely recommend it. It is we're just starting it, but I can already tell it's going to be a banger. As someone that has played quite a many RPG in my
That you
day,
have.
I have played a lot, especially with this group. We've played, I don't even know how many RPGs we've played. A lot.
I mean, I could tell you. I'll count that while we decide on the next desires for the arcane. The
All right,
arcane has
the
2
arcane.
desires.
But yeah, that is a link to the game, and this one is Venture, but it actually, if you check it out at itch.io, there's actually 2 games. there's venture, and there's dungeon, and we are playing venture. So, yeah, and it's very fantasy based, but very easy to play. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, but you're just like, I just want to not have to do a lot of math and like think about so many technical things, this game seems like it's going to be really good because it's just all the story elements, simple movements, simple ways that you affect the world and change it, but with deep meaning.
Deep meaning.
Deep meaning. Choose 2 desires for the arcane. Let's say the arcane is, and you also do not need a game master or a dungeon master. We are actually playing just the 2 of us, and we will basically be being the game master for each other throughout the game while we play together. We'll be sharing that duty. Oh,
That honor.
That honor. That honor. Ooh, These are all really good.
Well, you got to pick one, don't you?
I picked one.
Oh, great. Perfect. Okay.
Ooh.
Do you want to announce to our crew?
Yeah, so our 2 desires on Kurt's end, he chose esotericism, and I chose novel creations.
I like the idea of the arcane enjoying esoteric things just for the sake of them being esoteric. Because you often hear about wizards that are, up in their books, in a great swirling book. But I think it's interesting if that's part of it. Anyway, the mundane is the opposite of the arcane. And we must now choose 2 ways the mundane manifests. Oh, that's fun. I think I've chosen. Are you looking at the list there, Amanda? For the mundane.
Yes. Choose 2 ways the mundane. Sorry, I was reading chat. Lord Monk, are you just quoting Lord of the Rings in chat? Some Lord of the Rings quotes?
Something's going on over there.
I think so.
Lord Monk,
or maybe hobbits?
On their own quest.
Yeah, Lord Monk, are you on your own quest? We respect it. Choose 2 ways that the mundane manifests. Mundane. Ooh. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think I'll pick bustling trade. So 2 ways it manifests: bustling trade and town gossip.
Yeah.
Which is always good.
Sounds pretty mundane. I like it. I like that there's also desires for these elements of the game. I think, once again, I like that this game is really just coming back to the idea of, like, the why behind, like, these people. Like, whether they're NPCs or they're the main characters. It's like we're really focusing on, like, what is this really representing here? Like, what is this really about?
Yes. Yeah, agreed.
Okay, I like these. I like these together too because I feel like they could contrast, but they could also complement. So
tell the folks at home what you picked.
I picked protection from threats as a desire for the mundane, and Kurt picked hope as a desire for the mundane. And I feel like sometimes those 2 things do not work together, and sometimes they work together so well.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be really cool to see the variety that we can get from our NPCs and our elements of the mundane in the story. And then the other cool thing is that they also have below, like, I don't know if we're going to go over these and, like, kind of tell them about the moves and stuff after, but a cool thing that they have is, like, below each one is, like, NPC ideas. So things that can basically represent the mundane or represent the celestial, these characters that embody these kind of ideals. I just feel like there's so much you can play with. This makes making NPCs so easy when you have a set, a core
You can
for
just
them. Whip them out of
grab
the
the right
thin
one.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whip them out. Because you never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to continue the track that you laid.
I didn't
Uh,
mean it like that, but
our next
you could just
category is the authority,
the authority. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is some kind of power, political or military or otherwise, that's got some influence over our story, whether directly or otherwise. Oh, some of these are very fun. Yep.
Oh.
Aha.
Aha.
So we've got intimidating uniforms is one way the authority manifests, and I picked legendary weapons. I like to think that maybe there's, some like multiple angles through which we can approach this. A
I
literal sort of political one, but also,
Yeah, I feel like there can be a lot of different I think there's a lot of different ways that authority can then show up based on just our two manifestations of it. Because these could also work, once again, these could work together or they could be like completely different things. They could also contrast each other potentially. They could clash even. There's a lot that you could do
yeah.
just with that. So let's find out the desires for authority. Two desires. What does authority desire?
Yeah, I mean, these are pretty on the nose, so. For the folks at home, it's fascinating how much shorter this list of options is than the other ones for this category were. Just because authority has a pretty set list of things that it might want.
I think the authority was interesting, but I never read the comics. Said Atomic Sorcery? Well, we're about to give you the fantasy story of the authority. So I hope you're ready. Which sounds like it will be really quite a mishmash.
Thoughts on that desire there, Amanda?
Oh, did you already pick yours?
I did, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I'll change it if you pick the same one,
Same
because
one?
I had a backup.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like this. This is good. So Kurt chose unquestioned supremacy, which I really like. And I chose profit.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, folks, as a foil, I guess, to the authority. Is that how you use that term?
Yeah.
We have the underbelly,
The underbelly.
the criminal underworld.
Oh,
Presumably.
the crime. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. What is the underbelly? How does it manifest? What's it,
Well, how,
what does it
well, how
desire?
does it manifest?
What does it desire? Is it good? Is it bad?
Hey, we had a way to
Who
know.
knows?
Oh, these are fun. Oh, these are fun.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep. I was hoping
Oh,
we would
yeah.
both pick that one.
We both picked
So,
symbols carved on fences and light posts.
I'm going to pick Whisper Networks as
Okay,
the
yeah.
alternative.
That's my second one, actually.
That's because we know what's right.
We know what's right when it comes to the underbelly. We think alike with our criminal minds.
That's right. Now, as a
World peace and
last
an absolute
thing,
power. More like crime and authority. But authority could be good, authority could be bad, crime could be, the underbelly could be good, the underbelly could be bad. I feel like there's range. I feel like there's a lot of range for all of these things. Like even the celestial versus the darkness. I feel like the darkness has a somewhat of a supernatural element to it where I'm like, darkness might not necessarily mean that it's like, just because it's darkness might not be bad. Same with like the celestial, just because it's like, kind of heaven, otherworldly, doesn't mean that it's good. Maybe.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of
Oddly.
shades in the Celestial, for sure.
Yes.
Okay, what does the underbelly want?
What does it want?
What does it want?
What does it want?
I made a pick. Made a pick. We'll see
Made a
if
pick?
Amanda picks the same thing.
Oh, let's
I should
see.
pick a backup if she does.
Ooh, okay. Cool.
Interesting. Sort of two sides of the same coin. Amanda
Yeah.
thinks the underbelly wants privacy, and I said it wants secrets. I like the idea of an entity that wants everything you can share with it, but
All the
wishes not to share with you in turn.
Ooh, yeah. I also just think the idea of like the underbelly being this place, especially with like how we did the symbols carved on fences and light posts, that element of it, it makes me think like it's just people that are and whisper networks as well. It's like maybe it's just people that just don't like want anyone in their business. Like it's not necessarily
Hmm.
about, it's just about like why do people need to know our stuff? Like it's for us and it doesn't belong to you. So, you know,
Yeah.
I love the idea of it just wanting secrets. Like, tell me your secrets. Like, we're gonna have NPCs
Tell
that
me
will
your
manifest that'll
secrets.
be like, tell me your secrets. I'll give you this if you tell me a secret.
Tell me a secret, why don't you?
Oh.
Okay. So, we have now fully established all of the pieces that will be on our chessboard over the course of the campaign. That will happen
Something
the
got
next
hit by
couple
an autobot.
Mondays.
Yeah, we got it all laid out here. Do we want to read what these things do, or do we want to wait till next time to talk about sort of how the elements can manifest and sort of their move sets?
Hmm.
Do we want to talk about
Um,
that?
we can read them out, I suppose. No harm in it. I'll say one, you say the next. I'll say one, you say the next. I'll say one, you say the next.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
I don't know if something was held by Automod, but I didn't get any notification of that.
I
Just
I proved it already. It was fine.
oh, you already got through. Okay, okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean the
Missed.
problem is really that you're auto, right? So it's like it gets
It
confused.
gets confused. It's like I thought I was auto mod.
I'm supposed to mod auto.
Yeah, but you're auto Matan, so that's confusing.
Okay. I will start with the moves for the darkness. The darkness can foreshadow a threat, attack or take something important, alter the world to cause doubt and confusion, and after every move ask, what do you do next? Actually, that's just a general statement. After every move, we will always ask, what do you do next? So I'm just going to put that in gray so that Amanda and I can see it different.
What do you do next?
What do you do next?
Right. Not name of the game, but like very integral. I feel like to this game. That question. What do you do next?
That's how we keep it rolling.
That's how we keep it moving. Okay, so NPC ideas. Did you talk about the moves for darkness?
Oh, I didn't share the NPC ideas. I figure we'll be grabbing those, right?
Oh
Like when we need
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah,
NPC, we'll
yeah,
just yoink.
yeah.
So if you could go through the Celestials moves, that
Okay.
would be awesome.
Celestial moves by giving cryptic advice, revealing something hidden, manifest power in an unexpected way, and of course, after every move, ask, "What do you do next?"
Sure. The Arcane can introduce a mystery, complicate someone's attempt at magic,
Ooh.
or reveal a hidden solution or pattern.
The mundane can introduce someone who needs or offers help. Show how the party's actions have wider consequences. Ooh, I really like that. Show how someone else is trying to deal with the same situation in a different way.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Once again, this game feels very grounded.
Yeah. The Authority can catch someone in the act,
Ooh.
make someone prove their identity or worth, or block a path forward.
Cool.
Finally.
Finally, the underbelly can offer aid, At a cost.
At a cost.
At a cost. Introduce an ethical dilemma. Wow, that's heavy. Have someone be somewhere or know something they shouldn't. Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be useful. It sounds like it's good at getting us into trouble. Honestly, the end of that. What are you doing? What are you underbelly doing? Getting into trouble. Cool. So, yeah, and then they have examples of like NPCs that you could bring about to represent all of these things. NPCs, or honestly, you could just have elements though of the world that could do these things as well. It doesn't even have to be like a person, which is pretty cool in some cases.
Yeah, some of them are pretty wild, actually.
Some of them are.
Now, let's do just a little glimpse for tonight into what we might see from these characters in the future.
Yes, I like it.
It has been not a long travel to reach the town we now arrive in, but longer than you and I have ever traveled together. And it's perhaps surprising to see Presto standing there with such a look of awestruck fascination at the size of the cathedral, our destination, that rises out of the hillside like some kind of mountainous structure of stone. It's so much bigger than I thought it would be. What's that look on your face?
It's like
You look like this is an everyday thing.
It's like you've never seen a mountain before.
I mean, I've seen mountains. There's mountains on the edge of town.
Well,
Doesn't mean you climb a mountain, does it?
well, I've climbed a few mountains. Well, I've flown up a few mountains. I guess it's a little different.
You've been too many places, Twinkle. You go too many places, you lose a sense of home. That's what I always say.
I know, but it also means that when you go to a lot of different places, there's a sense of wonder that follows you everywhere. And I will say, I am kind of excited to see just what kind of wonder this adventure will bring out in you, because we're going to go to all kinds of places together. I think that'll be interesting.
I think we see Presto's eyes cloud over for a second as the word adventure washes over him and feels wrong. He thinks about the woman back at the cottage and her tearful expression as she asked us to do this, and he thinks about the word adventure and how misplaced it is. But that look passes as he pushes past it, wanting so desperately just to have an understanding, just for Twinkle to think he's good and cool and worldly, which he's not. So I'm going to take a token for caving into my desire for approval to the detriment of myself and my loved ones, and Presto will spread his arms wide and say, "Adventure, it awaits, doesn't it?" All right, Twinkle, you're on. You don't know what you're getting into at this time. You've been out here plenty of times, but never with a bard. And then I think he does a little, like, whips out a lute of my caliber.
And I think Twinkle is going to notice that her shoe is kind of like half on her foot, and while you are strumming impressively, she's just gonna completely ignore you and readjust her shoe and like retie it and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, were you doing something over here?" And flip her big curly locks over her shoulder. And I will take a token for it. Acting cold to someone who needs or offers compassion. Sorry.
Fair enough. I think at this point, we're coming up towards, if not the cathedral itself, then maybe some of the surrounding sort of monastic community. I think there's enough of a presence of whatever this cathedral worships in this town that there's plenty of pilgrims always. There's plenty of scholars studying this deity of whatever kind. And I'm going to pull in an NPC.
Okay.
I think we find a zealous scholar
Okay.
with more conviction than restraint. So we see maybe this is like a street preacher equivalent.
Okay.
I think so. I'm pulling a celestial NPC here, and I think the street preacher's eyes are tracking us. One of them is. The other one, it's said, always faces up towards the heavens. And so, with the one eye that is moving, the street preacher leans forward and says, "Ah, you've come. Yes, we were all expecting you." Not clear who we is, as the crowds continue to mull by in this city larger than Presto has ever seen before.
I think that Twinkle is going to flit right up to him, sort of zipping through, right up, beeline, right in front of his nose, right up between his eyes. And she's going to say, "Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?"
Yes. Yes, I'm speaking to you and to your companion. Yes. Both of you, I see two figures as if silhouetted on a hill. Two figures as if moving through an opaque glass. Two figures. Quick enough, I hope. And he does a laugh that's unsettling. No one turns, really. The crowd just keeps ambling.
How long have you been watching us for? I don't like to be watched.
Hey, whoa, hold on there. And I think we see Presto turn, say, "She didn't mean it. We don't mind an audience. Never mind an audience." What there's maybe if you were to look closely, you'd see like a bead of sweat running down Presto's face as he says, "What did you mean with the crystal and the figures?" But the man on the podium, it's really an upturned bucket, but it's enough to make him stand above the crowd. He's not paying attention anymore. Now both his eyes are skyward.
You better answer him. If you don't answer him, you're gonna be in a world of pain, says Twinkle.
You don't need to do that.
She tightens the wrappings on her fists.
I think Presto reaches over and like puts a hand on your arm. I'm going to use a token for this, which I'm getting the sense I'll often have to do to de-escalate violence or conflict. And he leans in and says, "Hey, look, we just have to get to the cathedral, and then we'll be able to learn more. Okay?"
Okay, well, if I can't rough him up, then I guess,
You need...
well, look, there's two ways we can do this, okay? I see it going one of two ways. Either I beat the snot out of this guy until he tells us what's really going on, stops all this gobbledy-gooby-guck looking up at the sky, following us with his eyeball, or you can, do your thing. Kind of like, I don't know, like make him want to tell you stuff, that thing you do. Do that thing you do where you go, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's the kind of guy who knows things.
Okay, well then I'll punch him in the face. That's the way it goes.
Twinkle, the bandits didn't have to die either, okay? Just get it under control.
The bandits definitely had to die. Did you see what they were wearing? That was an offense against fashion. I couldn't let that one go. My hands were tied there, man.
Okay. Presto's going to straighten up, turn back towards the street preacher, but he's not there. And in fact, where he was standing, there's just that bucket and a symbol. Looks almost freshly branded into the place where he stood. A symbol of a lamp hanging on a post. Burned, still smoking, into the surface of the wood.
And I think up comes a servant girl who sells her noble employer's secrets. And she comes up from behind us. So what's even stranger is we're distracted by the symbol, and we don't even notice as she sneaks up behind us and inserts herself between us. It says, I heard that you were asking questions.
Yes. Yes, we have all kinds of questions. I was hoping we could learn a little bit more about, the cathedral up. And then uselessly, I think, we see Presto point up with a grand gesture up towards the cathedral. And I'm actually going to take a token to draw attention from the wrong crowd. I think that giant point towards the cathedral, maybe a couple heads now turn in a way they didn't turn towards that street preacher.
Okay.
Do you think you could help us out with that?
Well, perhaps I could, but we might need to be in a more private setting. And she leans in towards Presto, especially.
Presto's face changes. Now a certain more practiced confidence across it, and he leans in as well, mirroring her actions. I've never minded a private conversation.
Well, perhaps if there is something that you can give me, I don't see why we couldn't talk somewhere. Perhaps at the back of the Bluebird Inn, 2 blocks over, if you were to both meet me there in, let's say, a couple hours, as long as, of course, you can pay the fee.
I think Presto shoots a subtle hand gesture to Twinkle. I think they know some amount of thieves' sign. I think maybe we both have some level of ability to like.
So what are you signing to Twinkle?
It's essentially just. I think this is a simple sort of like, okay, like are we good with this?
I think Twinkle signals back to you, like basically like is asking you. She kind of like does this like. Implying, is the payment punch you in the face?
I
and then she winks at you.
You can see a little like, which is a sigh, as Presto doesn't turn more than absolutely necessary to face you.
Twinkle
turns
looks
back.
pretty deflated when you ignore her.
He's going to turn back to our company and say, then perhaps you'll see us there.
Excellent. Well, as long as you have the payment. You may call me Alora. And almost as quickly as she appeared, Alora seems to vanish in thin air. In fact, it isn't even clear what direction she walked off in, because as soon as you blink, she seems to be gone. However, in the air, you can smell lilacs, a signature scent of her perfume.
Ooh, that's great. Look at Alora. I'm making a little note here. Where are we meeting Alora later? Just because I think we're going to be stopping soon.
The Bluebird Inn, And she
Great. Yeah.
said, meet me there in a couple hours. So I think we have like 2 hours to like, I guess, figure out how we're going to pay Alora or what we're going to do about that. We don't even know what the
Yes.
payment is. So that'll be fun.
To me, at least in Presto's mind, I think it's like, surely it will become clear.
Surely it will become clear. I mean, it will. I have something in mind, but we can both play Laura. But there she is. There she be.
And sorry, what did you say? She was you gave another piece of context right up at the front. A noble
A noble
woman servant.
woman, a servant girl who sells her
Oh,
noble employer's secrets.
perfect.
Yeah. But she's definitely fancy, so you're not wrong to think that she's a noble because I feel like she's a servant, but like she's like one of those servants that like, she's fine. She's got like all the bells and whistles.
Sure, sure.
You know what I mean? What does that mean? She's a servant girl who's got all the bells and whistles. I don't even know what that means, but you know what I mean.
Look, I know what you mean. You mean rings on her fingers and bells on her
She got,
toes.
yeah, 100%. Rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Maybe less bells on her toes because she seems to be like a shadow. But yeah. And she has a
Rings on her
signature sign.
fingers, in shadows she goes.
Ooh. He's already writing the song about Alora. Uh-oh.
Look,
Working
he
on that
starts writing the
payment.
song. As soon as you meet someone, he starts writing the song.
It's writing the song.
Love that detail with the scent of lilac, by the way.
Thank
Flowers
you.
on you for that. Okay. Do you want to cut it there and have a little teaser for the next episode? Just sort of hang there, or is there anything else you want?
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. I think so. We have a
Yeah.
couple hours. Our characters have a couple hours to try to figure out what to do here. So I mean, maybe this is where we cut to like a montage of like next time on Venture, and it's like them at the marketplace and Twinkle being like, I don't have that money, but I'll tell you what I do have. I got 5 fingers that say you give me a discount.
Twinkle, no! And we cut. Okay. Oh, this should be good.
Yeah.
Um,
Ah.
okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for this very special duet trilogy that we are starting today, and we'll continue next Monday and the Monday after that. Catch us at Lies You'll Enjoy on Twitch or YouTube at somewhere between 7 and 8 p.m., depending on how much we have our shit together. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so
Always a
much,
treat.
everyone, for
Amanda,
watching.
is there anything that you want to plug that you have going on this week?
Me, oh my. I will be
Yeah.
talking comics on Thursday. So that will be my next stream over on Vampex 13. So we'll be doing that, which should be really fun. Ooh, should we actually raid into we could raid into an actual Dungeon and Dragons game. I'm also seeing that these folks are playing Virgil's Summit, I think, is the name of the game. Or We're in
That's true.
Danger?
I
Lollygaggers?
notice as well we've got Himeotsuki is streaming today, doing some chill painting of some miniatures.
Ooh, that sounds
They have
nice.
previously played one of my games on their streams, and I
Oh,
haven't
let's
yet
do
hit them back for
that.
it.
Let's do that. I like that. That's a good suggestion. Sorry, I was just looking ahead. But yeah, what else do I
Of
have
course,
going on?
yeah.
Yeah, I stream on Thursday. Jamie Lamey, thank you so much for the 300 bits. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much. For a messed up day, I vibed with this game pretty well. Thank you for making my day better. Well, thank you so much for the 300 bits, and I'm so glad that we could. I
Yeah, we
already
appreciate you.
love this game, by the way. I'm already like in love with it. Also, yeah, I have things. No, I'll save them for next time. But yeah, I'll be back on Thursday talking comics, probably in the evening, with Uptown Duck and probably Casually Comics. I'm just confirming time to make sure we're good. And then I will be doing Fan Expo this weekend. So if anyone's around at Fan Expo and you see me, come over, say hello. I'll probably be there Friday, Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to go Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to go Sunday. So I will have things on, but mostly I will probably be Fan Expoing. Maybe in the evenings if I get home and I'm feeling up to it, I might try to do some streams at night. But as it is a local convention, but I also know for myself, conventions, especially when I'm cosplaying, are a bit strenuous. High vibes, says Atomic Sorcery. High vibes? Like Twinkle's voice high? Or like what kind of high are we thinking?
The absolute like whiplash of Twinkle and Elora is delightful.
Oh, what? Like Alora's like a
two
totally
most
different character?
right. I mean, like Twinkle's kind of up here, and she's gonna fuck
Yeah.
you up. And then Elora knows exactly what she's looking for.
Yes. Yeah, they are very different characters, very different character voices. But, you know, they have different ambitions because one of them is of the underbelly.
That they are.
Yeah. What about you, Kurt? Do you have anything else going on this week or
Well,
any announcements? Anything
I've
coming up?
I mentioned on last stream that there is going to be some kind of little celebration of sorts for the 5th anniversary of the first game that I published on itch.io. It has been 5 years, which feels bananas. I have a little newsletter, and if you like my games, if you want a little treat, you'll have to put in some effort. I won't tell you what it is. I'm going to just drop the link to that newsletter. I'm a good writer. I say interesting things. I haven't updated in forever, so I certainly won't spam you. There's the newsletter on Wednesday. Something's coming out. Something. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Haha, tricked you. That's all you get. But outside of that,
you get, everybody. You gotta sign up to find out. I'm gonna also drop it into the YouTube chat for anyone that might be watching in the future or watching currently. And I will also drop our socials there, but you can also find those in our video description if you're watching over on YouTube. Our socials are also there. Definitely sign up for Kurt's newsletter. Kurt is a very good writer. This is true. I know.
I'll say it. I don't toot my own horn a lot, but that one,
It's the truth.
I know what I'm doing.
I will attest. I would say in a court of law, I'm very confident that Kurt is a very good writer. I remember one time you wrote me a birthday card. Do you remember this? You wrote me a birthday card, and it was like one of the most, like, just, like, poetic birthday cards I think I've ever received in my entire life. It was really good.
I like writing poetry. What can I say?
It was really
That's
good.
nice. Good job, Past Kurt. I'm glad that he did that. Okay. Do you have the link to be rating to our friend Hime Utsugi? I dropped it in the chat there.
Yes. Did you drop it in the Facebook chat or the Discord chat?
No, like the public Twitch chat for all the world to see.
Let me see. Let me see. In the Twitch chat. In the Twitch chat. Wait. Oh, yeah. There it is. Ah. I just need this last bit. Perfect. And then I just need to do this. And we'll do that. And then we need to make a raid message command, which I should do that now that I am on Nightbot and can add more things. But I'm going to make you one right now. There you go, guys. Raids you'll enjoy. Feel free to copy and paste. And add any emotes if you would like, if you have any raid ones that you want to put in there. Please
Someday I'll make us emotes, folks. I promise.
One day we're going to have emotes and it's going to be glorious. And then you won't even know what to do. You'll be like, these emotes are too good.
I can't use them all up. Waste them.
I can't waste these. Right,
Sorcery. Sorcery's got Hime's emote there. How perfect. How appropriate.
Great. Amazing.
Anyway, folks, should be a nice chill stream over with Hime. Always is. Thank you so much for joining us again today. And we'll see you next time on Lies You'll Enjoy.